Welcome to more Fanime. What's up, everybody? Today, I'm gonna be reviewing chapter 1088 of the One Piece manga. Yeah, baby. It dropped today. The fan translation has been dropped. Very excited. Spoiler warning, if you don't want to hear spoilers, I don't know why you're clicking on a review for chapter 1088. You're making a big mistake, sir. Today, do we got a chapter? We got a hell of a chapter for our boy Kobe. Kobe bringing the heat, to say the least. I guess what I said last week came to fruition. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it happened. The fortune has been told and it has come true. Kobe stepped up. That was one of my predictions, which what could happen. Either Kobe steps up, Garp goes Super Saiyan 2 and just shows his full power level or some shit, or somebody else steps in and saves the day like Smoker or X-Drake, for example. Even a Kano showing up would have been nuts. Like, I'm here to do lava stuff. Either way, Kobe stepped up. Yes, this is my boy. I got some real My Hero Academia, All Might, and Midoriya vibes coming from Kobe and Garp right now. And maybe it's because I finished My Hero Academia's anime somewhat in between when I was watching. I don't know. I watched it in the last couple years, and I'm feeling those vibes. Like season 1, Midoriya and my All Might. Yes, those vibes. They have a mentorship, a bond. Seeing Kobe come out with his ultimate attack reminded me so much of like the, Detroit Smash, but it's like the East Blue Smash. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's get right into it. I'm jumping too far ahead just because I'm excited. I'm excited for Kobe. Kobe needed this bad. I think they found a way for everybody to come out of this a little better than when they started. Maybe not so much Blackbeard's minions like a Valo Pizarro, I guess. I guess he seems somewhat strong. I guess he has to be to make Kobe look strong. Yeah! So it starts off with another little flashback. We do get a little bit of a cover art, all in color. It's for the new One Piece Netflix show, which I'm not super stoked for, but I'm not against it. If it gets more fans into this product, let's go, baby. And if we get new fans that started with the live action and transitioned into the anime proper or the manga proper, I'm here for that. And maybe I will be pleasantly surprised and the Netflix show will be great. I'm just worried that, season 1, East Blue, easy peasy. Couple fishmen, CGI, some makeup, whatever. But then when we get to the grand line, it's going to be CGI central. It's going to be expensive as heck. And we all know how Netflix is with things that get too expensive. They start canceling it. And they could. I could see it. But it's really cool to see Oda draw this image in color of the Straw Hat 5, the East Blue 5, Usopp, Nami, Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy in their old Arlong Park outfits. I love it. I do. It does kind of look like he made Luffy sort of look like the live action guy who's playing it. His hair's a little different. I don't know. I just feel it feels good. Nami's hair looks a little weird, but it looks great seeing the crew back in their old school vibes. And in the background, you see all the East Blue villains and Garp and Kobe and Shanks. Yeah. Let's go, Oda. Chapter 1088 starts with yet another flashback of Garp in class teaching the new recruits. Kobe, Helnepo, Prince Groose, they're all there. I need some more backstory on this Prince Groose guy. Why is his name just Prince? Was he a former prince? Did he quit being a prince of another island? Was his kingdom destroyed and that's why he was an orphan? And now he's still technically a prince, but his whole kingdom's gone and that's why he still calls himself Prince Groose and he has a little bit of an ego, possibly. I need a little more info on the guy because he's starting to become Kobe's rival, and I just met him. And I know he was in the cover story for Beiji and Lola and Chiffon, but And that's not enough, Goda. Give me some more Prince Groose backstory, buddy. If you want him to be his rival, and Hilnepo is really more of a sidekick than a rival for our boy Kobe, then we need a little bit of Groose. We need to get a little Groosey. But yeah, I like this part a lot. Garp is teaching a little story. He's like, hey guys, look at me. I'm Garp, the Fist. You might have heard of me. And Kobe's like, I know. You picked me personally to be here. Then Garp's just like, yeah, if you go to an island, old man and a baby, and you have a boat that only fits 2, what do? You know what I do? I say, old man, hold that baby and get in that seat. Us 3 are heading out. Because there's no way you can't hold that baby for however long it takes. Or we'll take shifts holding the baby since this boat is so small. But apparently this ship can only hold one other living being. You can't take both. You've got to pick one. Kobe stands up and says, I know exactly what to do, Garp. Garp, sensei. Yes. I let them both take the boat and I stay on the island and let them escape. No! Garp throws a frickin' piece of chalk at him or something. He's like, that's the wrong answer, son. The answer is you take the baby and leave the old man. There's more future for you and the child than there is for that old guy. He's gonna die. You're here in the Marines to protect the future. And you and that baby are the future. I get it. I see it. I asked a couple of my friends that same question, and they all said, leave the old man, take the baby. I mean, unless you're allowed to let the old man hold the baby while he sits in the one other seat. That's the other option that was not brought up in the manga. But either way, I liked this little moment of Kobe back in his East Blue design pre-glow up. And he's learning some shiz. And then we see a little bit more of a flashback of Kobe training harder than anybody else in his class. And Hilnepo, he tells Garp, he's like, I wasn't supposed to tell you this. And he didn't want me to tell you. Kobe just didn't want you to know, Garp. But yeah, Kobe's been working out after class and after your extra lessons with Bogart. I know. I don't know if I should say anything, but he's all bandaged up and beat up and bruised and broken bones and splintered, sprained ankles, all those things because he's working out all night. Maybe sleeps 2 hours. It's bad. He's like Batman. He's sleeping 2 hours a day and somehow he's still here. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out later Kobe's got some crazy recessive gene that makes him impervious and he only needs a couple hours of sleep. I don't know how he's doing it. But yeah, we find out Kobe worked his ass off, kind of assumed it, because he grew up real fast. In about, 6 months after he left Luffy, he was, boom, a badass, kind of on the level of a lower CP agent in power, and he was fast and he was strong when he debuted again in Water 7 and whatnot, and tried to challenge Luffy and Zoro and whatnot. And him and Hilnepo have grown the F up quickly, and then they had a 2-year time skip on top of that, so it's been like 2 years and 6 months since that flashback. Whoa, and we still haven't seen Kobe do anything of note. At one point, he was going to take on Boa Hancock, which would have been a fun battle to test Kobe out, but that just didn't happen. And then he ended up giving himself up. I think in this chapter, yes, he gives himself up at Amazon Lily. Instead of Blackbeard taking his 800 Marines that were there at Amazon Lily, Kobe's like, hey, I'm the hero. I am the hero Kobe. From fucking that one Full of Lead Island. I did some stuff. I saved some people. People like me. Take me instead. I'm worth 800 of these men. And you seem to be thinking pretty highly of yourself there, young Kobe. But you know what? Since you helped me out back then, I'll take you up on that offer. We all know he gets taken to the Beehive Island and is going to be used as a bartering chip to someday maybe make Blackbeard the king of his own island, which seems like just the first step of a bigger plan of becoming king of the world. So Kobe, we get that little flashback. Kobe's a heroic boy. But now we're back. We're back in the middle of the battle with the Blackbeard pirates, with Aokiji Kuzan, and we see the giant hand coming down from Apollo Pizarro, and he's coming down to crush all those people who escaped, the Marines, the slaves, every one of them. He's gonna crush the civilians that are on Garp's boat that got away. I can't remember exactly how many got away. Please comment down below, let me know. No Perona, no Gecko Moria come in and save the day. They must have already left. They must have already beelined it off the Beehive Island. So they aren't there. They're probably headed to the Cross Guild. Probably 90% sure that's probably what's happening to Perona and our boy Gecko Moria, if you were wondering. But no, Apollo Pizarro's about to crush everything, including Garp and Kobe and Hilnepo and Prince Groose, and we're just like, what's gonna happen? Garp goes, don't worry, kids. We got this. We got this. And they're like, what do you mean we got this? You've been stabbed. You're laying on the ground. He's like, be quiet. Men, Hilnepo, I need you to back up Prince Groose and Kobe. Kobe, you're going to bust up that hand that's about to smash up those people. You know why? Because it's going to cause so many deaths. You can't let that happen. You're going to die trying, boy. You're going to do it or die trying, basically. Prince Groose, I want you to make sure none of the debris from the explosion hits the ship. Let's go. Yes, sir. And they just kind of shave and disappear, and they go on their orders, probably through instinct alone in this high-pressure situation, all happening within like 10 seconds. If you ever played D&D, it's a one turn, and they all need to roll 20s. Hilnepo hits a 19 and blocks some shots for them, but he also takes a little bit of damage, but he's coming in with his little blades that we've seen him before. Hilnepo, I am so proud of Hilnepo. Think about how far he's come. Who would have thought that little snively little son of Captain Morgan would be such a important character right here, right now in chapter 1088. He's coming in here and blocking these shots with his body, with his blades, whatever it takes to keep Kobe and Prince Groose out there in the field. Everybody's laughing that Kobe doesn't stand a chance, that Kobe is all talk. He's got this, I'm the hero of the Navy bullshit, but they don't believe it. They think he's a string bing nobody without his sensei Garp. And Garp's like, I'll buy you some time, Kobe. And Garp, with his fucking stab wound, stands up and just tackles. He runs through Kuzan, who just got up from getting jacked in the jaw last chapter by Garp. He, shoulder tackles them, football style. Runs through everybody, and everyone's like, oh shit, it's like a bull going for his target. He comes in with his own impact attack, galaxy impact, one of those moves. He comes in and crushes the skull of Apollo Pizarro, the island version, and his skull as well. It does seem like, and it's kind of a shitty situation for Apollo Pizarro, that the fact that if the island gets hurt, he gets hurt. So he's just, that's kind of sucks. It's like you're way more in trouble in a battle. You're the surface area. You start punching the ground, and it's like, ow, like a little bee sting, constantly. And if you got someone as powerful as Garp, he cracks Apollo Pizarro's skull. Honestly, if Pizarro died from these injuries, I wouldn't be surprised. And they just eliminate him, and we get a new member of the Blackbeard Pirates to take his place as one of the 10 Titanic captains. Fine with it, because I think we've seen the extent of the island fruit at this point. Garp does that, and Apollo Pizarro's like, whoa, that hurt. I got a major concussion, contusion, all those things. But meow, let's go. He comes down, and he's like, I'm gonna crush all those civilians with the giant hand, bigger than we've ever seen before in this series. And Kobe's like, what do I do? And Prince Groose is like, do you have a plan? Do you have a bomb? He's like, no, I don't. I don't know what Garp believes in me for. And Kobe's just like, Garp believes in me. So do I. And he comes up with the honesty impact, a fist of his own. I wish he did say like East Blue Smash. and he explodes the giant hand-made of island while Prince Groose uses a spider web of clay to catch all the debris. Hilnepo comes and grabs Kobe, who's falling, who's used every ounce of his hockey energy, whatever you want to call it. Kobe used it. I wouldn't be surprised if Kobe's right arm, whatever arm he used for the Honesty Impact, is completely shattered at this point. Hilnepo grabs him, brings him to the ship, to Garp's ship with the dog head. Prince Groose joins them. You know, they're using Geppo, they're using Skywalk, and they get there. They're on the ship. They're on their way out. Tashigi is on the snail phone. She's like, Garp, we got him. We got Kobe on the ship. And Garp's just like, yeah, mission accomplished. And she's like, wait, we need you to come here too. Let's go. Let's get out of here, Garp. Garp's just like, nah. You guys are the future of the Marines, like I've been saying since the beginning. Y'all go. I'll take care of myself. And he pulls a Clint Eastwood type moment where he's like, just go. They're off into the sunset. Kobe's like, no, we have to save him. And Prince Groose is like, remember the lesson we had at the beginning of this chapter, Kobe, from all those years ago? We gotta leave the old man on the island. That makes you the baby, though, by the way. And we're taking you with us. We cut back to the island. Garp is impaled again with a spear of ice. And he's sitting there laughing. He's like, good job, Kobe. And you see Shiryu back on his feet. I'm sure the rest of the Blackbeard pirates, except for Avalo Pizarro, who's probably just fucked up. Broken arm, shattered skull, could be dead. Kuzan's probably crying underneath the shadow that we can't see, and he's sitting there and he's freezing Garp with his spear, keeping him in place. Garp doesn't get fully frozen in this chapter. I thought he might. No, does not get fully frozen. And we still don't know Kuzan's who he's really teaming up with. Oda's doing a very good job at making me wonder, is Kuzan a full-fledged member of the Blackbeard Pirates? Has he gone full, let's burn the world down, and he's willing to kill anybody that gets in his way? I still am not sure. I do feel like he was pulling his punches at certain points, and I do feel like he was still giving Garp a fight, and he wasn't going to back down, obviously, because after Garp used the blue hole a couple chapters ago, he could have just stayed in that hole and been okay and been like, wow, Garp's strong, guys, right? Ow. Shit. God, I guess he got away. Damn it. But no, Kuzan kept getting back up, kept getting in Garp's way, was definitely Garp's toughest opponent, him and Shiryu on this island. Just the mere number, the sheer numbers attacking him at once. Garp has been captured by the Blackbeard Pirates as of right now. I would say there's a 99% chance Garp lives through this and makes it out of this situation at some point. My guess is what I said last week. Garp gets captured, is used as a bargaining chip, just like he was going to do with Kobe, but he wants more now because he's Garp. Or live execution, just like Ace. Live execution, they put it in the papers, Garp the Fist is going to be executed, and then we have essentially a Marineford 2 scenario where all the Marines that's ever loved Garp defy orders, because I feel like the world government would be like, you know what, Garp's old, and he doesn't really help us all out that much anymore, he's always causing trouble. Just let him get executed. I could see them doing that. He's not much of an asset to the Marines or the world government anymore. At least that's what the bad people would like you to think. So they won't send an army after him. No. And I think Blackbeard will think that as well. He's like, no, they're not going to save you. And once we kill you, we're going to be the top Emperor crew in the entire world. Maybe even King of the Pirates. So I could see somebody like Sengoku and Shiryu and Smoker, Tashigi, Prince Groose, Kobe, every one of them coming together once again and charging along with the Straw Hat Pirates and the Straw Hat Fleet, and we have a Marineford situation, and our big showdown with the Blackbeard Pirates happens because of the execution of Garp. So Garp is on the same side of that Ace was on, just about to get his head cut off. All those cool connections to Marineford. Yeah, and I'm here for that. That's the only thing I can think of. Personally, I hope that next week we find out Garp died. Because that would be more shocking. I mean, it'd be sad that Luffy didn't even get one last conversation with his grandpa before this happened. But, this sacrifice he made not only showed us how strong Kobe can be, or is secretly, not secretly, but he doesn't realize his own strength. He doesn't realize how strong he is, because for years Kobe thought he was weaker than the average person. He had to work 200 times more than anybody else in the Marines. But now, because of that training, he is the second coming of Garp the Fist, the hero of the Navy. And Kobe's going to want to do something important. I'm starting to think, because we're going back, because at the last page of this chapter, we find out that the Marines, Kizaru, I always get those flipped around. Kizaru and Saturn of the Gorosei have showed up at Egghead Island, and apparently in the newspaper they're saying Luffy is taking Egghead Island, the island of the future, as his new headquarters as an emperor and all this bullshit, which is not true. So they are sieging. They are going to attack that island, which is, in the middle of some shit as well, because we've got York, the traitor of the Vegapunks. We've got Lucci and Kaku there that are also antagonists, but are also currently helping the Straw Hats. We have the rest of the Vegapunks that we aren't sure who their loyalties lie with. The fucking Seraphim, all the PX3 pacifistas are all on that island. Something really big is about to happen. And I couldn't predict it, really. My only thing I really want is Kizaru to get a moment. We just had Aokiji get a moment in like 3 or 4 chapters of this battle between Garp and him. It's time for Kizaru to show us his true colors, whether they be yellow, black, I don't know. I feel like he is a neutral evil guy. Not a bad guy, but he's like, I'm a Marine and I do my fucking job and I do it right. But I want to see a little bit of a flashback ski. Who is Kizaru's mentor? Who is it? Where did he get his power? I want more. Kizaru's my favorite Marine, believe it or not. And I want to see more of the guy. I want to see the Admiral among Admirals show off. Come out here and beat the shit out of Gear 5 if possible, to show us just how strong an admiral like him can be, a veteran like him can be. If he's able to prove that he's as strong as Gear 5, or at least able to hold up against something like that, or at least go toe-to-toe with Zoro, we got something here, folks. If this arc, Egghead Island, is used to show us Kuzan and Kizaru's true strength, oh yeah. And of course Kobe and all them as well. But I want to see Kizaru come in and kick ace. I don't really care too much about what Saturn does physically. It's more of a political thing with him. I'm sure he's going to show off some devil fruit ability we've never seen before. Some kind of zone transformation of sorts. Some mythical zone something. Don't really care too much about it. But Kizaru, a guy who's been around since Sabaody, kicking ass, kicking the shit out of the Straw Hat crew back then, kicking the shit out of Luffy and Marco at Marineford. It's time. It's time for Kizaru to step up, get his moment. We have 1 week break, sadly. I thought we'd get a few chapters in before we get a fucking break, but Oda deserves it. But I think that Oda's going to come back from this break with something even bigger than we just had. Garp didn't die. So nothing too crazy there. We found out Kobe's a badass, but could assume that because I assume he has something important to do. Last week I said that I thought that Kobe was on the level of maybe Brook, if you're going to use the Straw Hats as like power level system, and if I would say that Kobe could probably beat Brook as of last week, as of this week, I'm thinking Kobe could hold his own against Sanji or Jinbei. If we're saying that the strongest member of the crew is Luffy, physically and whatnot, then Zoro, then Sanji, then Jinbei, or Jinbei Sanji, they're around the same level, I would say at the very least Kobe could take on Jinbei. Hands down. Same power. I would say he's at the power of Jinbei right now. And if we have a time skip, I feel a time skip could happen. After Egghead Island, something big could happen, like a death of a Straw Hat or something. Something big could happen. I want to see what Bartolomeo's up to as well. I mean, last time we heard Shanks was after him. Gonna spank that ass. But I want to see that happen. I want to see Kizaru come in like a badass with his light speed and just wreck the Straw Hat Pirates. And if that means one of them have to die, somebody like Jinbei or who could go? It's just too hard. I hope none of them die. Just let's put that out there. None of that. Something big has got to happen though. Maybe they lose an arm or a leg or an eye. Something big's got to happen. I really will be unhappy if Kizaru comes in and actually goes full power, light speed, everything, and just gets beaten, and this is it for him. If this is his only arc, and he just loses after all this build-up for this dude. As a full-fledged member, he's been in multiple One Piece movies as an additional antagonist. He needs a win. He needs a win. The Marines need a win here, right now. Kobe got a win. Now it's time for Kizaru to get a win. If Akainu's going to be a threat later, Kizaru needs to be a threat right now. It has to happen. Has to happen. I don't think we're going to lose a character like Sanji, or that'd be crazy. Kizaru just coming in and killing Sanji. I mean, we've got most of his backstory. He doesn't have much left to do in the story. He's had his moments. He's had 2 arcs about himself. We could lose fucking Sanji, one of my favorite characters. And I'd be okay with it because it would be good for the story. Maybe Vegapunk gets killed. The crew might get separated again and we get another 1 year, 6 month time skip. Which would be really good for certain characters that aren't quite there yet for the final war. Like Kobe, who just showed off his ability. Showed off his Super Saiyan 2 Detroit Smash, East Blue Smash technique. But we want to see him develop it. Give him a 6 month time skip. And he's jacked like Garp. And he's now a rear admiral. Or just a straight up admiral. Because Fujitora might be executed for helping the slaves escape. Anybody know what happened to Fujitora? Comment down below and let me know. But I'm thinking he's going to be executed just like the Doflamingo guy, his ancestor relative that was executed recently by the Figurlins. Yeah, that could happen. I could see Fujitora being taken out. And we replace him. We replace him with someone else like Smoker or Kobe. Give them a little boost. I feel bad for Smoker. Does anybody else feel bad for Smoker? Tashigi was with this group, this rescue crew. Last time we saw Smoker, he got his ass handed to him by Doflamingo at Punk Hazard, and he must have done some damage. Like, Smoker might come back half cyborg. Like, we haven't seen him since then. He's been in the medical bay at this point, somewhere around Punk Hazard. So he left Punk Hazard and he went to Egghead Island to get some help for the children that are all supersized. But something's up. Smoker has been dropping off of the story for years now, and he needs to either step up or get out of the way because Kobe's here now, baby. What do you guys think of what's going on? I'm proud of Hill Nepo. I'm proud of Kobe. I need some more information about our boy Prince Groose, but I could see it. He's the Sasuke to Kobe's Naruto. He's the Bakugo to Kobe's Midoriya. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll talk to you later.